Hey guys, how's it going? Dragon Roll here, and I'm interested in knowing just what it is exactly that you guys are really interested in hearing more about. So I decided today I was going to tell you guys a story. So the story is basically that one time I knew this guy, let's call him Bob, or yeah, Johnny. We'll call him Bob. Actually, no. Yeah, no, Bob. And Bob was, this guy who was a drug dealer. And this drug dealer, he wasn't a particularly bad guy, he didn't do particularly bad things, but at least not that I know of, at least not illegal things that were particularly bad, but he did do a lot of scummy things to people, or so he told me. So essentially, this guy, he was just one of these dudes who, he really kind of helped me to understand why I should hate drug dealers and just really kind of despise them. And so I kind of want to do like a top 5 reasons I hate drug dealers, because this guy really just kind of reminded me of why it is exactly that I do just despise them. So first reason that I hate drug dealers, and basically anybody who deals drugs or oftentimes even uses drugs, it kind of just depends. Using drugs alone isn't enough to get me to dislike you. It's when you start getting in trouble with the law that I start to have an issue with being around you. So basically, the first thing I dislike about drug dealers is, one, that they're always in trouble with the law. That's the number one thing. The number one thing I dislike about drug dealers is that they're always in trouble with the law. Gee, who would have thought? Because they're breaking the law all the time. So the first thing I dislike about them, and the reason I avoid them to this day, and I have so for many years, is because, obviously drug dealers are not people that you want to be messing around or bothering with. Drug dealers, they're kind of fucking like, they're really scummy. They're always like, yeah, dog, I got paroled for like the 6th fucking time. Want to come over and get high? And you're like, are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking serious? Are you serious right now, dog? Like, you're on parole for the 6th time. Yeah, man, my parole officer doesn't come over for a whole month, bro. Let's go get fucked up. And you're just kind of like, dude, you need to pull your life together so fucking bad right now. Holy shit. Like, seriously, like, honestly, there are people out there who have been in college for second reason I dislike drug dealers. Drug dealers have zero ambition as far as their goals, generally speaking. Unless you're like some type of business owner that like sells drugs legally or something like that, like for medicinal marijuana or something like that, or you live in a place where what you're selling is legal and it's all regulated and stuff like that. It's legal, you're not going to run into any problems with the law, and you're running it by the book, and you're not going to have issues. Basically, what you're dealing with is a person who's basically like a parolee for life. I mean, they're basically going to be a parolee for life, or like a recidivist. It's ridiculous. I mean, honestly, it's fucking ridiculous. I fucking hate having to deal with these dudes. Second reason I hate drug dealers, they're always fucking trying to sell you weed. Like, even if they just sold you weed, you'd be like, hey man, and you'll be like, like if you're at this person's house and you just bought weed from them and you're getting high, and it's like after you got high, you're just kind of like waiting around. I don't know, you're not waiting around, but he's like, you just finished, and he's like, so you trying to cop? And then you're kind of like, dude, I just bought weed off of you. And he's all like, oh shit, really? Oh fuck. Like, this dude just totally fucking forgot he just bought weed off this guy. And like, it's just fucking ridiculous, honestly. Like, I can't fucking believe some of these dudes are still like fucking walking the street. It's crazy, some of the stuff they get away with. Third thing I dislike is that a lot of times drug dealers have a lot of fucking mental problems. And I'm talking about problems with, authority, problems with behavior, problems with not breaking the law, problems with not being violent, problems with, stepping out of line and, hurting people because, they think they can, because they think, oh, you won't call the cops on them, oftentimes because you're someone who does drugs or possesses drugs or has bought drugs from them. You won't call the cops because if you do, you could get yourself in trouble, so they can take advantage of you. And that's one of the major third reasons that I dislike drug dealers. Fourth reason I dislike drug dealers is because drug dealers rarely stop at drugs. A lot of people, they'll start with one drug, and they'll start just by selling that one drug, but then that one drug might get legalized or something like that, and then or become medically illegal or something like that, and then they just move on to the next biggest thing, because now that that thing's legal, it's not really worth as much anymore, because you can just go out and buy it from somewhere where it's legal and its prices are, stabilized and stuff like that. And basically they're just looking for, something, illegal and easy to acquire to make a ton of money with. So they a lot of times, drug dealers, I dislike them because they show zero sign of ever stopping in the future. Fifth and final reason I hate them is probably because a lot of them are really full of themselves. A lot of them genuinely think, even if they're on parole for the 6th time, or they're in community college for the 10th year, or they're still living at their mom and dad's house at age 30, or they're in a gang, or they still, do a ton of illegal shit all the time, potentially a ton of violent shit, that, it's somehow, okay, and that, everything's going to be fine, and that everything's going to work out, and they're going to be successful, and they're going to be this, they're going to be that. And it's hard to understand how some people can have that mentality when it's very clear that unless they decide at some point in time soon that they need to get their shit together, that eventually, not eventually, but sometime soon, there's going to be a serious event, and that event usually ends up resulting in some sort of eviction or some sort of problem as far as, being displaced. And it's very hard to kind of come back from something like that if you have nothing to fall back on other than 6 paroles, no community college education, or degree completion, and fucking, a shit ton of drugs that you sold, and that you can't really get into the industry other than that. It's really just difficult to, not dislike people or just fucking hate people who just fuck their lives up so much and end up fucking up other people's lives. And I'm going to add a 6th part just because, I want to add a 6th part. This is one of the worst things I hate about them too, is that they fuck up everyone else's life. A lot of people don't know this, but if you're in a drug dealer's house and the drug dealer's house gets raided, you get searched too. You get caught up for a ton of shit too. You get in trouble too. If a drug dealer's in your car and he has a warrant out for his arrest and you didn't know and you get pulled over, they find stuff in your car, he can try and pin it on you, or he can try, they can try and nail you for your stuff too. It's like a walking bullseye when someone has, a fucking, conviction, especially if, they got the conviction in the area they're currently in from the people, the local police, and the local police know them. It's very easy to get caught up in something like that and have trouble, especially if the policeman who sees you is the one who put that guy on parole in the first place. So, not only do they fuck up your life, and they continue to not care about their own life, they fuck up other people's lives too. So that's why it's incredibly important to remember, drug dealers are not always fun people. I know a lot of people they like drugs and stuff like that, and that shit's fun. But the fact of the matter is that it can have a lot of long-term consequences, even if you're not necessarily even doing anything illegal, but you just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that out there and say, thank you for watching my video, and like, subscribe, comment, and have a great day. Thank you so much.